Yo, what's good my worldwide gamers? I want to take the time out and say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing and loving the Urban Gameplay gaming channel. It really means a lot to me, and if you've not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned with some of the top gaming content around. Anyway peeps, welcome to another Urban Gameplay video where I'm going to be reflecting on the game of the month of May 2015. What's crazy to me is that I feel that we may have found Game of the Year of 2015, but on the flip side, there's not been that much great games to scream about. I struggled to find many exceptional games that was released in the month of May, and I might get slaved for some of the games that I've placed on my list, but hey, these are the games that I've played, and this is my list at the end of the day. It may be that my expectations might be way high, but with all the poor games released, I have had to include a few DLCs and remastered games to my list, and I tried to beef up the list just a little bit more. It is getting more and more difficult to do this list monthly, but trust me, I'm still going to try and put together a solid list each and every month, just showcasing some of the hottest games that was released. Anyway peeps, that's enough of me talking and enough of me rattling on. Let's sit back, relax and look at what I consider the best games of May 2015. Taking the number 5 position is Splatoon on the Wii U. For those who know me will definitely know I'm a fan of colourful games, and this game is definitely a game that is really bright and really fun to look at. This game really reminds me of Sunset Overdrive with elements of Plants vs Zombie. Maybe not as great as these titles, but nonetheless this game is really fun. If I'm honest, I've already played a couple of hours of gameplay of this game, as it was only released a couple of days ago before I actually started making this video. So I must confess, I've enjoyed it so far, but not put enough hours in to give a good critique. The graphics are cool and it's very colourful just the way I like it, and if I'm saying it's a real challenging game. All in all, a decent pick for May 2015. Taking the number 4 position is Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush. Off the top of my head, I would say that this game is definitely one of the finest platformers that I've played so far in 2015. This game was released in Japan back in January and also released in America back in February. But as the European version was released in May, that was my justifications for placing this game on the list. And also, as I said before, I struggled to find so many exceptional games in May, so this game would definitely have to do at the number 4 position. What I really loved about Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush is that the game plays really cool. The game mechanics is really fantastic. The way they integrated the gamepad and the TV is just so smooth. It can be tricky at times trying to focus on two, because sometimes you have to really look at the gamepad and that can throw you off from time to time, but it was still cool, and once you grasp the concept and the mechanics of the game, you definitely start having real good fun. I'm a massive fan of all the Kirby games from even back in the Super Nintendo days, so definitely this was a no-brainer to actually pick this game up and definitely own it on the Wii U. For all Wii U owners out there, and if you love platform games, you'll definitely love this title. Taking the number 3 position is Ultra Street Fighter 4 on the PlayStation 4. Okay, I never actually got round to playing Ultra Street Fighter 4 on my 360 or even on the PS3, so I was definitely excited when I heard this game was actually making way to the PlayStation 4. It might be a little bit controversial placing this game in the number 3 position, because I've heard so many people slagging this game off, saying that the frame rates are rubbish and also the animations is not as good as the 360 or the PlayStation 3 version. I'm a biased Street Fighter fan, and I've not really come across much major issues in this port, and I'm actually really happy to see this game actually make way onto the next gen console. And I feel, obviously with a few patches that are going to be released in the coming weeks, this is going to be one of the greatest fighting games on the PlayStation 4 for the next few months easily. Obviously Mortal Kombat X is a big title that's still kind of holding the reign of fighting games on the next gen. In saying that, I'm a massive Street Fighter fan, and I definitely feel after the patches are released, this game is going to skyrocket and be the number 1 fighting game on the PlayStation 4, and this is definitely going to set the foundation for when Street Fighter 5 makes its way onto the PS4, whether it's at the end of this year or next year. This is definitely a great game, and with regards to all the negative feedback that this game has received, I'm still having fun playing this game. Claiming position number 2 is Wolverine The Old Blood. Yo peeps, I have been so impressed with the addition to this series. If you're a fan of the previous version of Wolverine, which was the New Order, then you'd absolutely love this game. For a pre-sequel, I'm overshocked how awesome this game is. The graphics are just superb. Probably not the best graphics you'll see on the PS4, but it's still really cool and a cool standout just for a DLC game as well, or a pre-sequel. I'm only a couple of hours in, but having real fun playing this game. What I really love is that this game is like an old school type of shooter which has some fantastic weapons to choose from. It is quite difficult to find much faults here, and it's certainly worth a purchase if you're really a fan of the series. If you're not a fan, I don't know what to say, but I still recommend it either way. Taking the number 1 position, and I'm sure everyone will say there will be no arguments with this game, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Okay, first things first, I have to get this off my chest. I'm definitely going to say this game is definitely a candidate for Game of the Year so far. Bloodborne is definitely a big game, so I guess these two games are going to be fighting it out when it comes to the end of the year to see which one of the two definitely reign at the top of the table. For those who haven't actually had the chance to play this game yet, you're totally missing out on an epic adventure game. I must confess, I'm not the biggest RPG fan, and I haven't actually played Witcher 1 or 2, so I definitely jumped on the bandwagon when I saw all the trailers and heard everyone raving on about this game. And trust me, by jumping on that bandwagon, I have been so pleasantly surprised how awesome and how exceptional this game is. This game is definitely just insane. The graphics are remarkable, the storyline to this game is just exceptional, and definitely the gameplay is phenomenal. This game to me is certainly one of the top games that I played of 2015, alongside Bloodborne and a few others, and I still will say that this game is so close to being Game of the Year, it's unbelievable. Most of the big websites have definitely marked this game either 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 from some sites. This game is definitely one to play if you're into your RPGs, or if you just want a fantastic game to pick up and play. Definitely consider buying this game. Thanks peeps for taking the time out to watch my game of the month of 2015 for May, and if you like this video, please subscribe, comment below, and let me know what your favorite game of May 2015 was. Until next video peeps, peace out.